The plane took off shortly after 6 o'clock this morning and immediately ran into trouble. The early explanation suggests there may have been a bird strike. And according to witnesses on the ground near to the crash site, it had circled around and may have been attempting to return to the airport when it came down on a piece of wasteland about half a mile from the runway. A large crowd gathered after the accident. It burst into flames on impact, although the fire had been put out by the time I reached there. The tail section of the plane is the only part that really survived intact. It was lying upside down next to the burnt-out remains of the rest of the aircraft. There were 19 people on board. They all died, I'm afraid. 7 British people, 5 Chinese, and the remainder Nepali. It appears that they were going for a trekking holiday in the Everest region. The bodies were removed from the wreckage as soon as the fire was put out and taken to the hospital morgue. The luggage has been removed, all the personal effects of the passengers have been removed. And when I was there was just a bunch of policemen standing around inside an incident tape had been put up around the place, and there was an idle crowd looking on. Officials at the airport say that a vulture struck the engine of the plane. The pilot apparently radioed very shortly before the crash to say that had happened. Some aviation specialists here, I was speaking to an aircraft engineer with another company who questioned that explanation. He pointed out that these planes have 2 engines and that one should have been enough to land on if one had been knocked out by a plane. So we don't have the full picture yet. Nepal has a very checkered record of air safety, and it may be that bad maintenance played a part. For example, it wouldn't be the first time. There's an aircraft crash here of this sort approximately once a year, normally involving human error, people flying into mountains. If this was a bird strike, that's obviously something which could happen anywhere. But why a bird strike in one engine should cause the whole plane to crash, we don't yet know.